I love our new house.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Now, how did we get such a good deal on this property again?
Oh, it's just a shady setup that I agreed to without informing you or seeking your advice. You want to turn in?
Yeah. What was that noise? Is someone there?
I'll check it out. Hello? Is someone there?
What do you see?
I'm not sure. Shapes.
Turn on the light.
So dark. I'm gonna keep looking.
Turn on the light.
I know you're there. Show yourself.
The hall light is right there.
It's so hard to see.
Just reach out for the switch.
There could be anything in the house. It's so scary.
There's no reason not to turn on the light.
I will do whatever I have to in order to protect my family.
You can just turn on the light.
This darkness is so terrifying.
The electric bill is paid in full for the month. We're good to go with electricity.
What's out there?
You're a moron.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Film Pigs here on GeekNation, the only show on the internet where people talk about movies. You can't get this anywhere else.
It's exclusive.
It is. I'm Todd Anderson. I'm here with Film Pig Steve Skelton.
Hello.
And our special guest here is Matt Walsh.
Hi.
We're very excited to have him. He squeezed us in before running off to shoot the second season of Veep.
Yeah?
Which is very exciting, and he's also in, tell us about the tornado show that you're doing.
Tornado show, a moving picture about, it's called Black Sky, and it'll be out next August or September, and I play a storm chaser obsessed with catching footage of the inside of a tornado, and it's going to be pretty kick-ass tornadoes, I can guarantee that. My acting, so-so, probably.
You can't guarantee your acting.
But I'm honored to be on the only show on the internet that has movie as a subject matter.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
I give it both. I give it both.
My rash judgment on this tornado show that's coming out, the tornado program with Matt Walsh, I'm going, so you should go.
I think it's going to be torn awesome.
Yeah, you should mark it in your calendars. That's on the poster.
Yeah.
Speaking of rash judgments, every time we do this show, we talk about the movies that are coming out, and a lot of critics, you know, they go to the movies, but we don't.
Todd?
We just tell you
Todd?
what.
Before we get into rash
Oh,
judgments.
golly, I almost forgot. The most important thing about talking about movies is having popcorn.
Yeah.
We should have
I
popcorn.
love popcorn.
Yeah, get us some
Oh,
popcorn.
here we
Psyched about
go. Let's
popcorn.
popcorn for Matt.
Thank you very much.
Guest goes
Two
first.
fingers of
Guest goes
popcorn.
first.
Love it.
There's your
there's
popcorn.
that's a nice popcorn.
That's some
Thank you.
popcorn for
It's
me.
a good
Cheers.
show.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Cheers.
Mm.
So, as I was saying, we do these rash judgments, and we don't go see the movies because, you know, who has the time? But we tell you whether or not you should go see them anyways. Let's go to our errant pig, Steve Falk, to see what he has to say about the Denzel Washington movie with the upside-down plane.
Flight is a movie that Zemeckis made that doesn't have weird CGI cartoon people, which is a good thing. It's about Denzel Washington who flies a crashing plane and makes everyone survive, but then they figure out he was drunk, and then they put him on trial. The flight stuff looks awesome, but the rest of the stuff doesn't look that promising to me, because then it gets into like trials and shit, and a lot of throwing of glasses and stuff. I don't know. I'll probably see it, but my hopes are very measured.
All right, well, thank you, Steve Falk. That was
Dead on.
Dead on. Very
Dead on.
Certainly
Absolutely.
helpful.
I mean,
certainly
yeah.
helpful.
Like he was in the room.
It was. It was. Now we're going to go to our special guest, Matt Walsh, find out what he thinks about a movie that's coming out called Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. I've only seen the trailer. It's all I know about this movie. John C. Reilly's a voice in it. It's a cartoon animated feature. Jack McBrair's a voice in it, and Sarah Silverman's in it. And those guys are all really nice people and really funny. I'm also I think they took the Donkey Kong guy who later became Mario, who never got his comeuppance, you know what I mean? Like Mario started on the scale, whatever you call that stuff, the erector setup,
the
scaffolding,
ramps,
the
the scaffolding,
scaffolding,
yeah.
and then he turned into Mario. But I remember him when he fought Donkey Kong, and he was a hero. He got to save the girl from the gorilla. So I'm hoping they touch on that, because I do think one of the big things in cinema is man versus ape or man versus gorilla. So I hope they touch on the sort of man versus gorilla, you know, classic trope of cinema.
Yeah, those are the three things. It's man versus man, man versus himself,
man versus gorilla.
Yeah, that's
or
huge.
guy gets gorilla, loses gorilla, gets gorilla.
Yeah, that's the romantic. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that would be the romantic version of that.
Pretty much every movie is about that in some way.
In some way, yeah. So I say definitely go see that.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes, there you have it. Matt Walsh says go see Wreck-It Ralph because of gorillas. Now, Matt, it was kind enough to impart a lesson on improvisation, so we're going to go and check that out. I hope you learn.
Hi, I'm Matt Walsh, inventor of the acting technique improvisation. Great improvisators make it look easy, but in fact, it's a skill that takes many years of practice. And there's a lot of rules. Today, I'm going to teach you some of the basic ones. The first, yes and. What does that mean? Let me show you. Now, with Steve's help, I will first show you a scene without the use of yes and. Steve, why don't you start us off?
Oh my goodness, my long-lost brother.
No, I am not your brother. I am a cute, cuddly kitten. Meow, meow, meow. You see, by negating Steve's suggestion, it brought the scene to a grinding halt. Now let's see the same scene again, this time employing the use of yes and.
Oh my goodness, my long-lost brother.
Yes, and I'm not your brother. I'm a cute, cuddly kitten. Meow, meow, meow. You can see the difference, right? A much funnier scene. Another important part of improvisation is shoehorning any celebrity impressions you have from your reservoir into the scene. Todd, show us how it's done.
Oh my goodness, my long-lost brother.
Yes, and I'm not your brother. I'm Bill Cosby, and I'm doing the thing with the jello, and put it in the thing, and put it in the pudding, and you took the Coca-Cola and do the thing.
Great work, Todd. Todd is an amazing improvisator. Another thing to remember about improvisation, when doing movies, always use it. Going off script makes movies better. Well, for example, here's a scene from a movie, War Horse, without any improvisation.
It's up to you to bring an end to this war, Charlie. Only a horse can stop a world war.
Whew, boring. Now let's see that scene with some improvisationisms.
It's up to you to bring an end to this war, Charlie. Only a horse can stop a world war.
Yes, and I'm not a horse. I'm your long-lost brother. And I'm Bill Cosby, and I'm gonna do a little dance right on over, and I got to put the jello on the
his best friend is a little kitty.
Meow. What?
Cute.
You do the thing with the tail, put it in.
The fuck is wrong with you guys?
Meow. Meow.
Get the thing, put the thing.
Meow. 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 Meow.
Wow, I had no idea all that. You learned so much.
I really feel like I have now the skills needed to improvise.
Improvise.
Improvise. It's really, yeah, I'm gonna have to look at it.
Well,
again.
just watch the video. This will be on the internet.
Yeah, you can.
That's the beautiful thing about the internet. This will be on the internet for eternity, right?
Right.
Throughout the
At
universe.
least, yeah.
Well, that's a great thing. I just made a document, so future races and future species will learn to improvise from that.
Because we have Matt here, it's very exciting.
Extremely
We have a whole new segment that we've never done before.
Brand new.
It is called Ill-Prepared, Jealousy-Fueled, Awkwardly rendered. Did I spell
Executed.
Awkwardly executed interviews. It's an interview. Yeah. We're going to ask them 6 questions, okay? And we're going to start with a couple of questions about the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, which you were a founding member of.
This is the 4th question or the first question?
This is the first.
I want to go with the 4th question.
You want the? Okay, the 4th question. The 4th question is simply. So hard.
Yeah, I want to keep it spontaneous.
The 4th question is, what is your favorite thing to do with a sandwich?
Eat it, put it in my mouth, and make love to it with my tongue and teeth.
That seems fair. Erotic, but
well,
that's one lucky sandwich.
All right.
I want 2.
All right. 2 is
yours. That's mine too. That's mine as well. Here, no, this is interesting. Movies. There's so much technology in movies.
Right.
And
there really is a lot of technology.
That's your 2, though. Well, never.
Well, is that your 2, or do you want to go your 2?
No, it's your. You go.
This is the title of this segment is really
But it's
appropriate.
supposed to be awkward and unrehearsed. Yeah. This is perfect.
Yeah, my number 2 question is, what would be the best plot or scenario for an improvised movie shot entirely in Avatar level 3D?
Well, you'd have to go time travel, futuristic subject matter. I would make it a contest of some kind, like Christopher Guest did Best in Show. Right. Those serve the improv format well, or the reunion show, which was not Best in Show, but the Mighty Wind.
Okay, yeah.
That had sort of a built-in. I would go like a good one would be like if an Avatar wedding, like if all those creatures had to get together for a wedding, and like the bride's family was the groom's family was trash, but he was a good guy. Like he was a good guy, and she picked a good man, and their love is real, but she's from a rich family, and his friends are just derelict, white trash, blue trash, beer swilling hicks in that Pandora. Let's say they live on Pandora.
Why not?
Yeah.
Might as well keep it consistent with the franchise.
That's what I would do. Well, let's keep this awkward, so don't make it smooth in any way.
Do you want to pick your next number, or should I just go?
Let's just create an awkward moment where we decide what's going to happen next. You pick it.
All right.
No, I'll pick it. 1.
1. Okay. The question, which I started with initially, about the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, which you are a co-founder of. I wondered, it seems very prophetic to create what is essentially the premier training ground for podcast hosts. But you did it so far before there were podcasts. How did you know?
You know, I think Besser read the tea leaves or something. Matt's a bit of a soothsayer.
Soothsayer?
I'm missing a tooth. Seuss. Dr. Soothsayer. I think Besser saw it coming in 90. He would say podcast, and I didn't even know what he was talking about.
How would you know? Yeah.
He'd say podcast. We gotta focus on podcasts. They're hosts of podcast shows. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
But you yes-anded
You need to stop getting so high, is what I would normally say to him.
Yeah, is a podcast a thing you put weed in and then smoke?
I didn't know.
Like
I thought you could do with fishing or
like
something.
Like a vaporizer? Yeah.
All right, so we're going to end this show as smooth as it's gone with a Film Pigs segment we call What's Your Favorite? And since Flight is coming out, I thought it'd be fun for people to talk about what their favorite airplane crash is from a movie. So let's start with Matt Walsh. What's your favorite airplane crash?
I think it's Fearless when they crash in that cornfield, and it's just so prolonged and real, and it's like a sled ride down a mountain. It just goes, the momentum, they carry the momentum of that crash so long in a believable way, and the way the things strip off and people having corn like whipped at their faces, and it's pretty incredible.
What about you, Skelton?
Well, I mean, I have my fun one and my serious one.
Okay.
And the serious one, the one that like really made me feel like I was in a plane crash and dreading it and feeling awful, was United 93.
Oh.
Yeah, that was great.
It's awful.
Yeah,
awful.
that's hardcore.
And then the fun one is the plane crash from Knowing.
Oh.
With Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
The end of the world. Knowing.
Because they put it a 1 instead of
But he's he's outside it, and he's like yelling at a cop on the road, and you see the cop, he just kind of looks like he sees the plane coming, and then starts running away, and Cage just looks around like, huh? And the plane just goes,
oh wow,
crashes, then he's like running through like the debris, and guys are on fire, like, yeah!
I gotta say my
It's crazy.
favorite is gotta be the plane crash from Final Destination.
Yeah,
The first Final
the first one.
Destination. It's awful. It's so gory and awful.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, have you seen
The
it?
guy who directed the Tornado movie directed Final Destination 5.
Oh,
Same director.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah,
That
Steve
was
Quayle.
that was a good one.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
five.
I like
Yeah.
them all, but 5
Yeah.
was really good. 5 is the last one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's it for the film pigs. I'd like to thank Matt Walsh for showing up.
Thank you.
and
I would have been
helping.
here anyways, so
Yeah.
I'm glad we rolled on it.
Yeah, good.
And this is Steve Skelton. And thanks to Steve Falk, our errant pig in the city. And I'm Todd Anderson. And enjoy your popcorn and your movies, people. The great thing about doing 2 shows.